Listener's note, warning, this show is loaded with gist so powerful, it might just push you into a relationship and straight down the aisle. If you're not ready to hear wedding bells and say yes, say yes, say yes, say yes, listen at your own risk. Edgar doesn't lie. Check Edgar out. Okay. In 2020, my life was a roller coaster of emotions. It felt like the world had hit the brakes and I was stuck. I wasn't going anywhere. At the start of the year, I found myself in the deepest, darkest place I've ever been. A battle with depression that felt unbeatable. The pandemic forced me to sit alone with my thoughts. And trust me, that silence was deafening. I spent my days scrolling through Instagram and Facebook, watching people I went to school with live my dreams. Okay, maybe not all of them, but most. People I once shared my wildest dreams with were now living those dreams. Meanwhile, I sat at home, hopeless, helpless, watching their highlights reel from my father's tab. Guys, it was painful. Very, very painful. Before COVID shut everything down, I was working as a content manager at Cracks TV. But let's be honest, my take home couldn't even take me home. Back then, I was writing hilarious content for some of your favorite influencers. The same ones you rake in likes, fame, and recognition today. But me, I remained invincible, like a ghost behind the curtain. My Instagram followers were somewhere around 3,000. And just when I thought they were moving up, the thing dropped to 2,800. I was like the stock market, fluctuating without reason. I would pour my soul into funny skits and clever content, post them and hear nothing. Just silence. 5 comments at best, 5 comments if I were lucky. 2 of them were from me and the 3 other comments from my sister. Even my younger brother couldn't be bothered to engage. Social media was a waste of time for him. You know, there were some nights where I cried, I prayed, I hoped, I cried again. I told myself I was funny. Deep down, I just knew it. But like they say, maybe, just maybe it wasn't my time. And so, I gave up. I gave up. I abandoned content creation, packed my bags in a box, and started writing jokes for stand-up comedy. I told myself, if you can't make them laugh online, then maybe they would laugh offline. So I started doing stand-up comedy. Then came July 2020. That month, everything changed. I was on my way to visit my mom at the salon when this funny thought hit me. An idea about how having a deep voice sounds sexier than having a tiny one. I couldn't write it down, so I pulled out my phone and recorded a video right there on the road. Something now told me, post it, Edgar, just post it. I hesitated at first. I wasn't sure anyone would like it or anyone would care. But the voice just kept insisting, whispering again. Oga, post it. Post it. If nobody likes it, delete it after 24 hours. But you have to post it. And just like that, I obeyed the voice and I did. A few hours later, guys, this is like 3 or 4 hours after I posted that video. A few hours later, Cracks TV had reposted it, and then the unthinkable thing happened, guys. Tunde had not reposted my video. Like, guys, I didn't share this video to anybody, I didn't tell anybody to help me do anything, but the video just went viral. That day was the beginning of the end. I watched in disbelief as my followers count skyrocketed from 3,000 to 8,000 followers in one day. For the first time in my life, I felt something I hadn't felt in a very long time. I felt alive. I laughed, I smiled, and I laughed again. As a matter of fact, I felt very funny. I felt like, no, I sabi. Suddenly, it hit me. Maybe I wasn't depressed after all. Maybe I was just trapped, locked in a mental state where you are capable of greatness, but you can't just seem to move. You're suffocating under your own expectation, trying to escape, but every attempt leaving you. Oh God, maybe I was just hungry. Yes, maybe I was just hungry. Because if you really look at it, there is just one thin line between depression and hunger. Just in case you don't know. I guess my problem that time was that I was just hungry. July 27, 2020. That was the day I released my first prank video on Instagram. Boy, it was insane. Overnight, guys listen, overnight, I gained 25,000 followers in one day. Like, just one day, guys. My phone buzzed non-stop with comments, messages, and DMs. I was finally becoming the star I always knew I could be. But you know how it goes now. For you to be a hero, villains must exist. I was flying high, too high. I didn't have a manager to guide me or a friend to pull me down back to earth. I read every comment, answered every DM, and hung out with all the big names in the industry. Brother Shaggy, Sydney Talker, Mr. Macaroni. Tunde Ednot kept reposting my videos for free. Like, guys, for free. The attention was intoxicating, guys. The fame was addictive. And the women, well, they were multiplying in my DMs like wildfire. But fame is a dangerous game. And I was playing it recklessly. Life became like a deck of cards, with each day a gamble. I wasn't just the regular Edgar anymore. No, I became something else. Someone else. My voice became a god on its own. A god that every lady out there wanted to worship. I transformed into my smooth talking alter ego. I called it Popcorn Daddy. And to the ladies who wanted to play, I had one simple rule. Pick two, last card, check up. And just like that, the game was on. This is Why Am I Still Single? And you're welcome. Buckle up. This one is going to be wild. Edgar doesn't lie. Check Edgar out. Check. This is a Check Edgar production. A Check Edgar production. This is for the single guys and the single ladies. Edgar doesn't lie. Why am I still single? Still single. Why am I still? I want a wife and a family. This kind of life is not right for me. I told my guys how things can be. When I fall in love, I fall for real. I know you want me, don't waste my time. I want a girl that is set and fine. I'm going crazy, so please be mine. God, please, why? Happy new month, everyone. First off, a huge thank you for all the emails and all the incredible effort you guys put into last week's questions. I see you guys, and I truly appreciate each one of you who keeps pushing me to drop new episodes every Friday. Like, guys, you guys just keep me going. No, you guys are good. I didn't drop an episode last week Friday because I wasn't feeling too well. Like, guys, I had a little issue with my spine. But I'm taking my meds and having physiotherapy, so thank you guys for all the good wishes. I am fine, alright? I'm good. Great news, the team has called in with updates. We have got a winner for the first quiz, and someone has snagged the sneakers giveaway. But it looks like no one cracked the answers to the second set of questions yet. So next week, I'll kick things off by announcing all the winners and how you can claim your rewards. Alright. Let's dive into this week's episode. Edgar doesn't lie. Let's start with Mix Dixon. This woman, oh boy, she was not just a fan, she was obsessed. a die-hard follower from the United Kingdom. She slid into my DM like a storm, talking about how much she loved my content, and most importantly, but get this, she didn't even care much for the videos themselves. She said it was my voice that kept her coming back. She would send me these long voice notes, sometimes sounding emotional, saying things like,
"I play your videos on repeat just to hear your voice, Edgar. You sound f***ing amazing. And you don't know what that voice is doing to me."
And she wasn't joking. This lady would replay my videos for hours. Imagine that. I used to respond with laughing emojis, partly because I had no idea how to respond to such a message. I was just getting used to this thing called fame. It made me wonder, if this is what I'm getting, what must people like Davido or Wizkid be dealing with in their own DMs? Like, she started calling me on Instagram every day. And each time we spoke, there was this look in her eyes, the kind of look Delilah gave Samson. Miss Dixon wanted something, and she was ready to pay for it. She wanted my voice so bad. Then one day, Miss Dixon made me an offer. It was the kind of offer you don't turn down. She said,
"Edgar, if you call me every morning for an hour, I will f***ing pay you $150 a week."
At first, I was confused. What exactly am I supposed to say for an hour? But she smiled and said,
"Anything, Edgar, just say anything. I need your voice to be playing in my head."
$150 just to talk. Sharp, sharp. I set my alarm for 4 a.m. UK time. And 7 days a week, I called Miss Dixon. Guys, 7 days a week. I would spend 1 hour talking absolute nonsense. And if I'm not reading a random book, I'm telling her stories about Nigeria or just rambling about my day. There was even one day I created a random story about White Dog's Back. A very silly, stupid story. My own was that I needed to just talk for 1 hour. She would just listen, never interrupting, just breathing softly on the other side of the phone. Every Friday without fail, guys, $150 hit my account. I was getting paid to talk nonsense. It was the easiest money I ever made in my life. Then one day, Miss Dixon called me and said,
"Edgar, if I double the pay, would you talk about sex with me?"
At first, I froze. What does she mean? Sex? The only sex education I had was from secondary school biology, and I knew that wasn't what she was talking about. But then again, even if I reject money, my ears and my eyes will not agree. $300 a week just to talk. Are words not cheap? I said yes. Yes, I will do it. Within this sex, I will do it. Popcorn Daddy was having a great time. And just like that, the calls evolved. I will talk about sex 7 times a week, 1 hour each session. At that time, you needed to come and hear my stories. All this one that I'm saying, Edgar doesn't lie, Edgar doesn't lie. That time, Edgar can lie. I would tell her that if I catch her in bed, I would give her chameleon style mixed with a giraffe. She was so confused about this style. Even me that I was saying it, I was just confused. I was saying nonsense. She asked me how long my sex game was. I told her the last time I had sex, I spent 21 hours with the girl. Miss Dixon was just screaming,
"Yo, that's wild. That's f***ing wild. You're such a bad boy."
For $300, I am ready to be a bad boy. There is nothing I did not say. Every Friday was a day to rejoice. I started sleeping early. I wasn't going out as much, just so that I could get my voice in its best shape to speak in the morning. For those of you wondering if this is the voice Miss Dixon was dying for, this is not my real voice. If you have my phone number, call me around 4 a.m. Nigerian time and you would hear my real voice, the real Check Edgar's voice. For those of you that don't have my number, take it now. Let's continue. Then one day like that, I don't know why Miss Dixon wasn't satisfied keeping me all to herself. She started introducing me to her friends, Fiona, Joy, Jackson, and Eugene. That's 4 more people calling me every day. Suddenly, I was on the phone 4 hours a day, telling stories, talking about sex, and sometimes just singing songs. I didn't really have time for myself, but the money was just too big to refuse. The money was insane. I was raking in over $1,000 a week for conversations with people I had never met in my life. They were strangers, yet they felt so connected to me. They were part of my daily activities every single time. It got to one point, I started choosing. Miss Dixon's friends were introducing their own friends to me. Some were even offering products like sneakers, clothes, and different things. There was one of Fiona's friends that even offered to pay for my flight and move me abroad permanently. I should just be doing it in her house every day. For just voice? Do you know that none of my family members, some of them listen to this podcast, none of my family members have ever said, Edgar, we love your voice, or we like your voice, or take 1,000 naira for your voice. Never, none of them. When you see people that value you, hold them well. My family do not value my voice. Me too, I don't value them. Let everybody be on their own. Anyway, do you know at one point, I started considering this thing as a full-time job. Maybe I can just start a business with Edgar and Voice Limited. Talk to Edgar every morning for 50K. Cheap. Nigerians will not pay. The day you start is the day they close your business. They will not only drag you online, they will drag your voice out of your mouth. If your business can sell in Nigeria, you can sell anywhere in the world. Okay, back to the story. Like a deck of cards, I was stacking a lot of dollars. But then I needed something. I was gradually losing my happiness. People online didn't see my content a lot. My friends were complaining, my family was complaining, everybody was complaining. I wasn't really going out as much, and sadly, I had to use a lot of supplements to keep my voice together. It wasn't good, and Miss Dixon started to notice my bad voice. The voice she once loved wasn't as smooth as it used to be. Popcorn Daddy wasn't popping anymore, so I decided to switch things up. When we return, the story continues. Don't go anywhere. Edgar doesn't lie. Promo. Tired of waking up in the morning to a lonely bed? Has your pillow been giving you the silent treatment? Are you tired of rewatching old romantic movies, wondering when it would finally be your turn to fall in love while walking in the rain hand in hand with your soulmate? Well, we have absolutely nothing to solve your problem. In fact, I'm here to offer you nothing. No miracle cure, no magic potion, nothing. Not even a free t-shirt. Just the smooth, buttery sound of my voice. But if you have a business, a product, or even a secret family recipe for jollof rice that you think the world needs to know about, here is your chance. Until I get real sponsors and actual products, you will have to endure these silly ads. But you can change that. Yes, you can be the hero of this podcast by sponsoring an episode. Send me an email to edgar@checkedgar.com if you want to hear your business being advertised in the smoothest, most handsomely voiced way possible. Until then, well, brace yourself. Checkmates, this is what you get. Do you know why countries can't just print money anyhow and share it with everybody? It's because for money to have value, it must follow the laws of demand and supply. I couldn't continue with the amount of calls I was having. I was going to die. Like, guys, I was losing myself. So I upped my price and canceled those who were not willing to pay me at least $50 a day. And guess what? Miss Dixon did not like it. As a matter of fact, most of her friends did not like it. Miss Dixon would call and complain about how she didn't see the sense in it, that she was even trying to help my life, that I have lost gold. It got to one point where I stopped picking her calls because any small opportunity she got, she would use it to insult me and blame it on the fact that I was a Nigerian. Oh yes, Miss Dixon was racist, like seriously racist. The funny thing is that she is not white oh. She is not even white, but she hates Nigerian men or Nigeria in general. She had my number, so she would send voice notes, cursing, insulting me for not picking her calls and increasing my prices. That time, for any small thing, there is no F word I did not hear. F word everywhere.
Yo, Edgar. It's stupid that you would do that. Like it doesn't make any sense. You are so Edgar, you are fucking Do you hear me? You are you.
Guys, that was how I lost the deal with Miss Dixon. There was one of her friends that was still paying for a while, but after some time, she just stopped. She said Miss Dixon told her not to do it anymore, that there was someone willing to do it for free and that his voice was sexier than mine. Maybe she was trying to make me feel bad, but I wasn't. I knew I had to figure out a way to keep my sanity and peace of mind over the money I was getting. At that time, I made close to $5,000, but I was losing my happiness. And little by little, depression was coming back into me, and it was clear that this time, it wasn't hunger. I had to choose between money or peace of mind. I couldn't pick two. My peace was my last card, and definitely, I needed checkup. Let's leave that story for a bit. We'll come back to it. That wasn't the only time I had to pick between my peace and money because someone liked my voice. No, as a matter of fact, that was the easiest. I'll tell you another story. One random afternoon, in that same year, 2020, I was just scrolling through my DM when I saw a message from a lady named Brenda. Now, usually before I reply a random person on Instagram, there are 5 things I always look out for. Number 1, what kind of picture is used as your profile picture? The reason why I always check the profile picture is that your profile picture tells me a lot about your emotional and mental level. If you use your actual picture without filter or maybe a little filter, then you have passed. You move to stage 2. But if you use pictures of animals, cartoons, cars, or some funny lettering, then just know your problem is bigger than mine. Some people will even use other people's picture as their own profile pictures. Some will not even put any picture at all. Some will post pictures and use their hand to cover their entire face. Like, I don't understand. Did they beg you to post it? Another thing before I forget is how people choose their usernames. Before I follow any account, I always look at the username. Which one is @MadTiff or @SpreadMeDaddy? Like, how are people even doing this thing? That mad thief now, if they arrest him for stealing, he will say, I'm not a thief, oh, I'm not a thief, oh, it's only just my username, I'm not a thief. Don't you know that is why Nigerian parents name their children Glory, Favor, Success, and Hope? Do you think they don't know what they are doing? Have you ever seen in your life a broke Richard before? Wait. I just remember there's one broke Richard I know. Okay. Even though, upon still, Okay. Have you ever seen any fighting piece before? Piece that used to fight. Exactly my point. Your name is your identity. My username is my first name and my surname, Edgar.Ariaha. Life is easy. You name yourself at Fish Baby Girl, and now every night they are inviting you to join Mami Water. They are inviting you to join Mami Water. Or the only job you are getting is to sell fish. And you think something fishy is not going on? Come on. Anyway, let's move to number 2. After checking your profile picture and I like the picture, the next step is to check your bio. Now, if you use the following words in your bio: weird, red, crazy, dark, Sagittarius, or write something like, I'm not your average princess, don't follow me, or even LOL. See, if your bio is giving me Mami Water vibes, best believe I am not even looking at your side at all. Somebody will write mad on their bio and you will expect the lady to be normal after she has clearly told you that she is mad. I just pity you people. I pity you people. If the bio is simple and creative, then you have my attention. Nowadays, they say it's trend. People are now posting their account numbers on their bio. Like, I don't understand. What is your account number doing there? Number 3, after having a good profile picture, a good bio, the next thing I'm looking at is your kind of posts. What are you posting? I remember the lady my friend tried to set me up with one time, Cynthia something, I can't remember. For every 3 posts this girl had, there was one with tears somewhere. Like, this girl will set the camera and just start crying. If she's not crying about how her phone got stolen, she will cry about how she was beaten by the rain. The day I knew that her problem was spiritual was when she started crying about the problems of Nigeria and how Nigeria needs to have 24 hours lights. Like, who cries for Nigeria? On Instagram? I don't even understand where she sees water from. Her eyes are always crying. Ha. Anyway, your post matters a lot. When I see private pages, I just run. Why is your page private? What are you hiding? Another one is people without a single post. What are you looking for on Instagram? The sad part is that they are always online. The ones that upset me the most are the ones that like to post pictures that would expose their front and back, confusing holy boys like me. The annoying part is that they will now write one Bible scripture on their bio. Like, are you normal? How can your caption say sweet in the middle, but your bio is saying John 3:16? Did Jesus die for you to kill other people? Some people will just be posting nonsense on their page and they expect people who have sense to reply. Like, how? How can you be posting different colors of fowl on your page, like fowl, chicken, fowl on your page every single time? It's not like you are selling them or you even treat fowl. You're just posting fowl and to you, it is cool. Abi, are you a native doctor? Anyway, number 4. Who are the kind of people you follow? Like they normally say, follow who know road. But some of you be following blind drivers. Your followers are giving occultic vibe. 90% of your followers are using a red profile picture. Their bio is shouting. Their post is confusing. And just because you think you are the only normal one, you think you can deceive me? I better go. I am sharper than that. You are who you follow. It's not that you go and follow all the top richest men in the world and claim, Edgar said that I am who I follow, so let me Oga, that is not what I'm saying. If you don't know what I'm saying, ask the person beside you to explain. What number are we on now? Number 5. Before I follow back on Instagram, you must have something that keeps me coming back to see you every time. Whether it is your fine face, your talent, your fashion sense, your sense of humor, your style, your caption, or even the way you smile, something must stand out before you stand out. Oh my God. If you pass these 5 stages and I still do not follow you back, then you need to go and wash your head inside a river 7 times. Anyway, let's come back to Brenda. Now, Brenda was a very beautiful young lady and seemed intelligent and full of ideas. You know how you look at someone and you can just tell this person has sense? Exactly. I checked her profile picture. Fine babe, very decent. I said, okay. I checked her bio. She wrote, "You are what you say you are. #love, #happy." I was like, okay, bio not bad. I checked her posts and followers. Everything made sense. So I replied her on IG and even followed her back. And we started talking. You know, casual talk. Hey, hi. When next are you posting your next video? I really love your voice. I always enjoy watching your videos. I love your voice. I always enjoy watching your videos. I really love your voice. You know, all those kind of chats you have with a random fan. Normal chats. Nothing too serious. She would crack jokes about my voice and how amazing my baritone is. She would laugh and say that she bets my voice gets deeper early hours of the day. Me too, I would laugh and just say stupid stuff like I always do. Until one day like that, out of nowhere, she just asked me a question on Instagram. She said, "When next am I coming home? That Junior has been asking of me." I was confused, like, who is Junior? She said, "My son." What do you mean by my son? She said I should stop joking now, that if it's a joke, I should stop it. This lady started sending me different messages about how I married her in 2017 and got her pregnant in 2019. Do you know that this lady showed me our wedding certificates? I was so confused. She said, since I got famous, I have refused to come home. I don't call her anymore. I don't take care of her anymore. That my son has just been there. Junior has just been there crying. Where is daddy? Where is daddy? Where is daddy? I asked this girl 4 times. I said, "Are you sure it is me? Because I can't even remember seeing you in person. Talk less of giving birth to a junior." You know the saying, many are mad and few are scrolling. Exactly. She was a complete mad woman. That was how this lady now told me. She said, "I knew you would deny it. I knew you would deny it. I've been waiting for this day to come. I've been waiting for this day to come. Edgar, I will deal with you. I will disgrace you. I will disgrace you." Next thing, she called me on video and asked Junior to talk to me. Hey, if you see the full adults she claimed was Junior, you will not believe it. Like, apart from the fact that he doesn't even look like me at all, like not even a copy of my nose, nothing. This Junior was already working. Someone who was giving birth to a year before the call. The uncle too opened his mouth. Daddy, I miss you. When are you coming home? I miss you." Someone that was just born last year is already talking. Okay. I tried to explain to this woman like a reasonable person that I am not the father of Junior and that I have never even seen her in my life in person. Do you know what she did next? She threatened to put the story out on blogs and different pages. I was so confused. She cried and said that I promised her I will return home, that next week is Junior's birthday, that she needs money for the birthday. The next thing, she does not even want me to miss the birthday, that I should come home, that ever since I got famous, that I have not even called her. That was when her bio started making sense. You are what you say you are. If you are rich, you are rich. If you are pregnant, even without sex, you can be pregnant. If you are mad, then you definitely are mad. Like, I don't even know the home you're talking about, talk less of a birthday party. Guys, it was crazy. I had to call Junior next week and sing a birthday song for him. Happy birthday, Junior. I did not even know how it was doing me. Guys, it's not funny. I have another story to tell you. Stories plenty stories. There was one time I met this lady on Instagram. I had just done the Big Brother prank and people loved it. A lot of people loved this prank, especially this lady. She kept messaging me every day, begging to see me. This lady would send me long messages about how she sees me as a part of her future, that God told her I would be her husband and there was nothing I could do about it. I said, "Though." She even told me that one time she saw me in her dream and kissed on the altar. Like, she kept talking about how she knew I would marry her and be her man. Every time she told me this, she would always add, "There is nothing I can do about it, that this is what God wants." Everything sounded like a joke to me until one day, I received an alert of 200k from this lady. She added in the remark that the money was for us to buy things in our future home. That was how I got worried. Because how did she even get my account number? And which future home is she even talking about? I messaged her and told her I received her money, but I didn't need it. She laughed and told me she was just starting. The money now started rolling in. 500k every week, 500 every week, with crazy remarks. It's either she says, "Babe, this money is for you to buy furniture in our new home," or she would say, "This money is for you to buy TV in our bedroom." I started begging this girl to stop, but it was as if the more I begged her, the more money she sent. I had to report her account and then also inform some friends of mine. This girl opened another account and continued from where she stopped. One day, I called her on video call and asked what she wanted. She was starstruck. She said she wanted us to get married and that she was already saving money to get the ring I would use to propose. I was so confused. I told Fela and he advised me to tell the police. So I did. I went to the police around my area and I told them. The police called her, cautioned her, and told her not to send me money again in her life. That if she tries it, that she will be arrested. And that was how it ended. But guess what, guys? I had gotten over 2.5 million naira from a lady who wanted to marry me, all because God told her I was her husband. Guys, I can go on and share crazy stories in my DM. It's a lot, guys. It is a lot. I realized something interesting. Fame. Hey, fame is like this huge flashy party everybody wants to attend. At first, you are loving it. People know you, they are cheering you on, and your DMs are lit with all kinds of wild stories and messages. There are some messages you would see in your DM, you'll be like, did this person just send me this? But then again, on the other side, suddenly, you are realizing everyone thinks they're entitled to a piece of you. Boundaries? They seem to disappear, and your peace only feels like it's up for grabs too. And yeah, fame comes with perks, but you start asking yourself, wait, is this thing really worth it? The peace of mind, the sanity, just being able to chill without someone needing anything from you. It's like in cards when you are told, pick two. Are you going to choose the thrills? Or are you actually going to just pick the calm? And the last card, sometimes you just gotta check up on yourself, because if you don't, it's way too easy to let the world run you mad. Pick two, last card, check up. Whatever hand life deals you, play it your way. And always remember, your voice, your true voice, is priceless. And that's the end of this week's episode. I hope you guys enjoyed it. If you did, then don't forget to subscribe and share the podcast with those who are single, dating, or married. Rate the podcast and drop a comment. Yes, you guys can donate to this podcast and support the podcast. $3 will go a long way, or even $1 will go a long way. If you have a story to share, then please send it to me through my email, edgar@checkedgar.com. Or if you want a quicker response, you can just chat me up on their website, www.checkedgar.com. I promise you, Edgar doesn't lie. I'll respond in 3 hours. I promise. Remember, the podcast ends the day I get married. So don't forget to tell your beautiful friends that Edgar is single, and I would love to go on a date with them. If that lady is you, please send me a message to my email, edgar@checkedgar.com. See you guys next week Friday. Edgar doesn't lie. Check Edgar out.